The MLB Home Run Derby is tomorrow night, and as a guy who likes to do predictions on the channel, you knew I had to jump at the chance to do one for the Home Run Derby. I think I've done it every year. I think I've had decent success. This year, the field is really talented. There's a lot of really good matchups. This could be one of the better Home Run Derbies we've seen in a while. So if you're excited for the Home Run Derby, make sure you drop a like on the video and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the content coming at you. The MLB draft is tonight. I may or may not be streaming depending on when I do my podcast for the Mets, but there's going to be a ton of draft content coming at you over the next couple days. So again, make sure you are subscribed. Follow me on all my social media at GiraffeNeckMarc. Links are in description, as well as a link to the MLB Home Run Derby bracket challenge. You guys should do it. You can see it on screen. Pick the perfect T-Mobile Home Run Derby bracket and compete to win $100,000. I'm interested in winning some money. Let's go ahead and enter the bracket here. We see the matchups. We'll start it off with Lou Bob. I'm rocking the Luis Robert jersey today versus Adley Rutschman. I actually think I weirdly have a jersey of every single player in this Home Run Derby except for Adolis Garcia. Maybe that's the Ranger City Connect jersey I get. Anyway, talking about Lou Bob versus Adley Rutschman. Luis Robert is just one of the most talented players in baseball. I think he was the first of 20 homers, 20 doubles in the majors this year. He has been on an absolute tear. And when you're talking about hitting the ball hard, Luis Robert is 89th percentile in max exit velo, 93rd percentile in barrel rate, and he crushes home runs. It's gonna be hard to beat Luis Robert, who obviously comes in at the number one because the way that this works is they're going based off of how many current home runs you have in the season. Luis Robert is tied for the most in the competition, which is why he's the one seed. But he is going up against Adley Rutschman. Now, Adley definitely has the least amount of home runs out of any competitor in the competition, but definitely don't count him out. I think it's going to be a little bit tougher for Adley, especially in the first round. He hits the ball hard, but he just doesn't really have that same pop that Luis Robert has. I'll say it again, I say it every year. He has an advantage. He's a switch hitter. I think he's actually going to do it in this derby. So if he gets tired one way, maybe he switches to right-handed or left-handed, whatever it's going to be. But I just don't think it really matters. Luis Robert is moving on here to round number 2. I think he is just kind of the favorite right now. Next matchup, Adolis Garcia versus Randy Arozarena. This one, to me, is the best matchup of the entire first round. Adolis Garcia is having a career year, 23 homers on the season thus far. He's 90th percentile in average exit velo, 96th percentile in max exit velo, 89th percentile in hard hit rate, and 94th percentile in barrel percentage. So yeah, Adolis Garcia hits the ball really hard, hits it pretty often, and is a serious threat in this competition. But you've got the player with possibly the most swag in all of Major League Baseball, Randy Arozarena, up against him. And this is what makes it so difficult, is Randy does all these things extremely well too. Randy is in the 93rd percentile in average exit velo, 93rd percentile in max exit velo, 89th percentile in hard hit rate, and 91st percentile in barrel rate. He's got 16 home runs on the year. Oh man, Adolis Garcia and Randy Arozarena feel like they're both made for this competition. And I love Adolis, but Randy Arozarena is my guy. Some MF named Randy, you know we gotta go with the Tampa Bay boy. Randy's just so good. He's so good. I'm going to move him on to the next round. Oh, what do we do here? Mookie Betts versus Vlad Jr. Initially, right off the rip, my brain says Vlad Jr. Duh, like Vlad Jr. over Mookie Betts, who's going to hit more home runs. It's going to be Vladdy. But Mookie is low-key, doing some really big things this season. There's a reason he's a 3 seed. He's hitting a lot of home runs. Technically, Mookie Betts is tied for the most home runs in the entire competition at 26. He is 92nd percentile in average exit velo, 60th percentile in max exit velo, 87th percentile in hard hit rate, 83rd percentile in barrel rate. Oh my goodness, this is so tough. He's so sick. When did Mookie Betts, he's always been awesome. But this awesome? Always? Actually, looking at it, he is hitting the ball harder than he ever has in his career. Now, for the wagon that is Vladdy Jr., let's talk about his numbers a little bit here. Obviously, he has the home run derby experience. He put up one of the best home run derbies ever against Pete Alonso back in Cleveland, and he's got the numbers to back it up. 98th percentile in average exit velo, 98th percentile in max exit velo, 98th percentile in hard hit rate, and 88th percentile in barrel rate. I love Mookie Betts, and I really do think that he might have a legitimate shot at this because, the numbers don't lie. He's sick. But Vladdy's got the experience. He's got just harder hit numbers. He's perfect for the home run derby. We've seen it before. I can't pick against Vlad Guerrero Jr. in the first round. I'm sorry, Mookie. How is this even a first round pick here? This is unfair. Pete Alonso going up against J-Rod. J-Rod, runner-up last year, so disgustingly good at the home run derby. And Pete Alonso, 2-time derby champion, going for his 3rd home run derby victory, which I think would tie Ken Griffey for the most ever. Of course, Pete Alonso is my boy. He plays for the New York Mets. I'm obviously going to have some bias here. Average exit velo, Pete is down this year, though. 49th percentile, still 90th percentile in max exit velo, 91st percentile in barrel rate, 26 home runs, again, tied for the most in the entire competition. But I will say Pete has been struggling recently. As a Mets fan, you've been watching him. You're like, oh, Pete's not really been that good. So that makes me a little more hesitant than I normally would have been. especially against J-Rod, who is a beast. But J-Rod's also been struggling a little bit this year. He has not been that same player we saw last year. But 93rd percentile in average exit velo, 97th percentile in max exit velo, 92nd percentile in hard hit rate, and 65th percentile in barrel rate. Oh man, I mean, both these guys are coming in a little bit weird. J-Rod does only have 13 home runs on the season, but you've got the weird factor of he's at home with the home crowd, the home fans. He's been at this stadium. He should be comfortable here. I just can't pick against Pete. Like, Pete is going to go down as one of the best home run derby participants of all time, and I think he's really determined to try and win a third one here. So I'm going to move Pete Alonso on to the next round, but it's going to be really close. He does have an advantage being the higher seed, getting to see how many he has to hit against J-Rod. Maybe the thing is just a little too big for him. I don't know. I could be looking stupid. It's a home run derby. This is why I'm doing the predictions video. You guys can yell at me in the comments. For round number 2, Luis Robert versus Randy Arozarena. I mean, this is an electric factory right here. We talked about the average exit velos. We talked about the barrel rates. I'm not going to go over them again. I'm just going to kind of tell you my thoughts, my feelings, and where I'm going. Luis Robert is obviously the number 1 seed. He's having a great year. He does a lot of things well. But Randy just feels like a guy you don't want to run into when he gets hot. And we saw him do a little bit of a BP session the other day, working on the home run derby, and he looks like he's going to be tough to beat. So even though I am wearing the Lou Bob jersey, rocking that Robert City Connect, I'm just not betting against Randy Arozarena. Moving Randy on to the next round, to the finals. Who will he go up against? Vlad Jr. versus Pete Alonso. So this jersey's so massive. I forgot I had to buy, I believe, like an extra large so that they can fit the entire name on the back of the jersey when I went to the MLB store. Craziness. But anyway, Vlad Jr. versus Pete Alonso, a rematch of the Cleveland Home Run Derby from 2019. Oh, what do I think? What do I think here? Vladdy loves hitting on the road. Pete is struggling a little bit, but Pete, I mean, like, I love Pete, but he's a little bit of a try-hard. He's a little bit of a hardo. I mean, there's no doubt about that. And he has the advantage. He has the advantage. Being a higher seed is a huge, huge thing. But truthfully, I do think this might be the end of the line for Pete Alonso. Love the guy. I love the polar bear, but I don't know. I don't know. He's been swinging the bat weird in real life, which has nothing to do with what's going on. It really does matter, like, how you feel on that day. And, like, truthfully, how is your pitcher? How is your BP guy? Pete's going with a new guy this year. Scares me a little bit. I'm going to go Vlad Jr. Vlad Jr. is just made for this competition. We've seen him do it before. I think he gets his revenge on Pete Alonso and moves on to the finals, to which is an All-American League East finals. You got Randy Arozarena going up against Vlad Guerrero Jr. Who is going to be the winner? The vibes will be immaculate. I'm a little bit jealous that I didn't go out to Seattle, although the prices were just absolutely insane for the home run derby in Seattle. I'll see you in Texas next year. Who am I going to pick? Is it going to be Randy in this massive jersey that I'm wearing? Nope, we're going with Vlad Guerrero Jr. as the winner of the 2023 MLB Home Run Derby. I think Vladdy finally gets one. I mean, he's built for this competition. I've seen this guy take BP in person. It's just different. It's different than all these guys on this list. Like, Pete Alonso crushes the ball. J-Rod crushes it. All these guys are phenomenal. But Vlad Jr. in this competition just feels different. He feels different, and I think he's going to be the champion of the Home Run Derby. That's my pick. So we're going to go ahead and click Submit Picks here. Oh, there's more. There's required questions. Okay. Which player will hit the longest home run in the T-Mobile Home Run Derby as measured by StatCast? Enter his seed number. Okay, let's like take a look at what Baseball Savant has for the longest home runs this year. So in terms of max distance, Julio Rodriguez, actually out of all the guys in the competition, has the furthest hit home run at 454. Next would be Luis Robert, then Vlad Jr. I think I'm just going to rock with Vlad Jr., and I'm going to put him at, I'm going to say he hits the furthest. What will the distance of the longest home run hit in the T-Mobile Home Run Derby be measured as StatCast? Okay, so Google's telling me that Soto hit one 482 last year, which is so far. That's such a far hit, which means I'm going to go with like 483. I'm going to go 483. Why not? It's a fake number. Tiebreaker questions. How many home runs will be hit in the entire Home Run Derby? There was 291 hit last year. 291. That is so many. I'm going to say there's going to be a little bit less. I'm going to say 278 home runs. How many home runs will the winning player hit during the Derby? And if I'm going to have Vlad Jr., he's going to be behind, so he's going to have to hit as many home runs as physically possible every single time because he is the lowest seed in all of his matchups. And I think J-Rod might have hit like 80 last year. I'm going to go with 69. I'm going to go with 69. Why is it not typing a 6? 69 for Vladdy. I'll type in all my name information. You don't need that. My bracket has been submitted. Vlad Guerrero Jr. is my champion. I'd love to know who you guys think is going to win down in the comments section below. Drop a like on the video if you did enjoy it, as well as subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the content. Otherwise, that's where I'll wrap up today's video. You guys know the drill from here on out. YouTube recommends you watch this video. This is my most recent upload. Click through those if you have not yet seen them. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow for another video.